Hey everybody, and as always, I welcome you back to Fun in Miniature. I hope everyone's had a good week and everything is going well for you. Once again, we return to Scotland as the government forces have pursued the Highlanders into the Highlands in order to destroy the rebellion once and for all. Both sides have been reinforced. The British force now stands at the same size it was prior to the previous engagement, and the Scottish have an equal number of troops as the British this time around. Per usual, the battle begins with a cannonade by either side, in which the government forces manage to score an easy first victory as they roll a double six and silence the Jacobite lowland artillery. This victory, however, did not last long, as the government artillery first went low on ammo and then was subsequently destroyed by the Jacobite second battery, also rolling double sixes. Quite a turn of affairs there, don't you think? Anyhow, to continue, without any artillery support and looking at being constantly blasted by the remaining Jacobite artillery, the British commander orders his forces to advance. However, their cavalry doesn't seem to understand the message and leaves their infantry open. This hesitation continues as the infantry continues to move forward, and the cavalry just sits there. In fact, their commanders were so incompetent that when they were trying to move, they rolled a double one and just continued to sit there. Having at this point decided that the government cavalry commander must either be incompetent or a traitor, the Highland Horse proceeds to move to the flank of the British infantry. As the far right British unit turns to face the threat of the Jacobite cavalry, they are hit by canister in the flank from the Jacobite artillery, which causes them to falter. This disaster is immediately followed by the Jacobite Highlanders and cavalry falling pell-mell upon the exposed British unit, who, although they do not break for the rear, they do falter. It was only at this moment, when the time of extreme peril had finally come, that the British cavalry finally understood their orders and moved forward. They, however, were not in time to save the poor, exposed British infantry unit, as they were slaughtered to a man and their colors lost. While the Jacobite infantry turned to face the oncoming government cavalry, the Jacobite cavalry continued their triumphant assault into the rear of the next British unit, who faltered as well. The British unit then proceeded to roll a double six, killing Bonnie Prince Charlie in the process. However, it did not change the fact that their only modifiers were negative, and therefore the Jacobite cavalry proceeded to annihilate them to a man as well. At the same time that the fight was going on between the Jacobite cavalry and the British infantry, the government cavalry and the Jacobite Highlanders were also engaging and held themselves to a draw. In the subsequent turn, the Jacobite army passed a morale chest based on their commander having died, and then proceeded in a fit of rage to charge all across the line. The results were catastrophic, as first, one unit broke, disordering their near neighbors, and then those following units were either annihilated, losing their colors, or they were in turn forced to fly as well. With this, the British Army broke. Their cavalry retreated from the field in good order, while their infantry tried to make the best routes they could off the field. As a result of such a complete disaster, the government forces proceeded to fall back into England, ceding the territory to the Jacobites, who, although leaderless, still proved to be a major thorn in the British side. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed it. I definitely have. That was quite an exciting tale of events. If you all like my content, please feel free to like and subscribe. I wish you all a very good day.
The deal we gotten for a king, but a wee bit German lairdy. When we come to bring him hame, he was delving in his yearday, shooking kale and laying leeks, but the hose and but the breeks, and up his beggar duds he clicks, this wee bit German lairdy. He's clapped in an ergot man's chair, this wee bit German lairdy. He's put forth the foreign trash and dibbled them in her yearday. He's pruned the rose o' English plumes and broken the harp o' Irish loons, the thistle taps all jagged stems, this wee bit German lairdy. Come up among your Highland hills, thou wee bit German lairdy. See the Stuarts Langkill thrive, they dibbled in her yearday. But if a stocky dirty flew, or had the old canoe flew, will break your sceptre or your new, thou feckless German lairdy.